Welcome to part 4, the final part on my mini-series. All it took was one book for Lee Davy to quit drinking alcohol, but I have shared with you some amazing titles, some amazing authors, and a little bit of a synopsis of why each one really changed my life, helped me to become someone that doesn't drink alcohol, and become someone who is constantly trying to live a conscious life, okay? This one now, that I'm going to share you will be shorter than the other two, the other three, purely because I made a mistake and I thought I had more books to tell you about. So this one's going to be a little bit shorter. 2 books I want to cover that have been monumental to me. First book is True Purpose by Tim Kelly. Here's the thing about True Purpose by Tim Kelly. I'm not going to suggest you actually buy this book, which is a bit odd, because it was a little bit too ethereal for me. I didn't really jive with it. But there was one question that he asked in this book that really kind of blew my mind, that I want to talk about. All right. So, this is the thing with these books, with coaching, with training courses, it might just be one thing that changes your life, right? Like it was in this case. So Tim Kelly said in True Purpose, what if you only had a year to live? Now, that is a question that I've been asked many, many, many times before. But when Tim Kelly asked it in this book, I was in a very different position to answer it. I was as mature and as expansive as I'd ever been in my life. I was in top shape mentally, physically, and spiritually. And I had just come out of a little scarcity funk around money when he asked this question, right? So the way I answered it was this. If I only had a year to live, what would I do? I would spend more time with my wife and my 2 children, right? Having experiences, not just hanging around the house, experiences, right? The second thing that I would have done is taken more risks to grow 1000 Days Sober. So I, in my lifetime, could see it reach more people, and to put it in a healthy state, to pass it on to someone else, to continue my legacy, to reach 1 million people and free them from addiction outside of my lifetime, right? Then I asked myself, why aren't I doing this now? And there was one word that came up, money, M-O-N-E-Y. Money would provide me with more experiences. Money would help me grow 1000 Days Sober a lot quicker. It would condense time. So then I said to myself, well, what would be the difference if I only had a year to live? And it would be that I would take more risks because I only got a year to live. So I said, well, let's live life as if you've only got a year to live. Take those risks now. Okay, take those risks now. And in that moment, I realized my upper limit problem, going back to The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks in the previous book. I realized that actually all the money I needed to take 1000 Days Sober to the next level was here. I already had access to it via loans, via credit cards, via a network of super wealthy people who I can call my friends or my colleagues or acquaintances, who I could reach to and say, hey, would you be interested in investing in me? I did that, and boom, all of a sudden I was able to start living this year like it was the last year of my life. And it was a real reminder that the only person who blocks the only person who blocks Lee Davy is Lee Davy. And the only person who blocks you is you. Okay? This book, that question, it really helped me with that. It also helped me to understand that results don't take time, they take courage. So whenever you're thinking, oh, it's going to take me ages to do this, or it's going to take a long time to do that, there is a shortcut that you're not willing to take, because by not taking it, you're getting a payoff. And it's usually linked to you being kept small and on the path of least resistance. So True Purpose by Tim Kelly. I'm not saying go out and buy it. Like, this is one of the only ones I'm saying not go out and buy it. I don't think it's like a particularly fantastic, life-changing book, but one question did, and I want to share that with you. This book that I'm about to say now has had a mind-blowing effect in my life, particularly on the evolution phase of the Stride Method for Addiction, when we've kind of kicked alcohol to the curb and we're ready to live a more conscious life. And that is the 15 Commitments of Conscious Leadership by Jim Dethmer, Diana Chapman, and Kaylee Warner-Clem. Brilliant book. Every single one of the 15 commitments, you can put them into your life and you will start living consciously immediately. But 3 in particular were really important to me. The first concept was the line. This concept that at any given moment, we're operating above the line or we're operating below the line. Above the line, we're talking pure pristine presence. We're talking abundance. We're talking respect. We're talking empathy. We're talking compassion, joy, happiness, exuberance, service, right? Like right now doing this, I'm operating above the line, right? Then you can be below the line. You can be operating from a place of scarcity, operating from a place of lack, not enoughness, the need to be right, blaming, judgmentalism, egocentric behavior, narcissism, and on and on and on, gaslighting, and on and on and on, right? And what I learned from this book is in the pursuit to constantly be above the line is recognizing that that is a false goal. You will never be above the line constantly. But the more important thing is raising awareness of when you're above the line and when you're below the line. That is critical. Location, 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 as they say. So at 1000 Days Sober, we're always asking the question, when I just got triggered and I drank alcohol, was I above or below the line? Okay. And when we recognize that we're below the line, what could I have done differently to get above the line? Okay. It's all about conscious living. So the line was really important. The other important concept that came out of this book for me was the drama triangle. So when you're below the line, and the reason you're below the line is because you're in a conversation or communication or conflict with somebody, you're either playing one of three roles. You're a hero, you're a victim, or you're a villain. And understanding if you're playing the hero, if you're playing a villain, and if you're playing the victim, that the person you're communicating with, you're assigning them a role in that triangle as well. So if you're being a hero, it's likely that you're making the person in the conversation a victim, or you're making them a villain. Or they are victimizing themselves or villainizing themselves and putting you in the role of hero. Okay? If you're acting like a victim, then there's somebody in the relationship trying to be your hero. Or you're acting like a victim and therefore you're villainizing somebody. And understanding what role you play and understanding what role the other person in the triangle is playing is really important to get out of the drama triangle, get above the line, live in a more conscious life. Thirdly, approval, security, and control. All needs, wants, and desires emanate from these three places. You either want security, safety, security with money, security in love, security in sex, security in where you live. We're always after security. It is an innate biological need for human beings. If we cannot get security, then sometimes we go looking for approval outside of ourselves to feel secure, particularly psychologically. Okay? So we need to know when we are acting and behaving out of a need for approval from other people and what to do about that when that happens. If we feel that people are not approving of us and we don't feel secure, then we will try to manipulate or control a situation. So it's always good to raise awareness of when we are trying to control a situation from below the line, right? So approval, security, and control, the drama triangle, the line, really important components of the 15 commitments of conscious leadership. So there you are, 4-part series of all it took was $1 for Lee Davy to quit drinking. But I hope you got a lot out of it. Let me know if any of these books have been game changers for you as well. What other books do you think has helped you to live a conscious life or to give up your addictions? And if you want to learn more about these, study with us, join Strive, join the Strive Method for Addictions, join our relationship course, Connection. Get over to www.1000dayssober.com and you'll find your roots into my heart. Much love, everybody. Take care and live a great life.